So in this video, what I really wanted to talk about is really connecting with your guides and your angels and finding the benefit from that relationship and how you can utilize their guidance in your everyday life, whether that's small or big, or any areas in your life, like major changes, big life decisions, however you feel best. You can always use your guidance for that purpose. And so I wanted to kind of like break down, and I wrote down a few things here of what I really wanted to share on how to go about connecting with your guides and your angels. So the first thing here is building a relationship. So building a relationship with your angels is one of the most fundamental and also beautiful journeys that you can weave into your spiritual practice. It's one that I find fundamentally great because getting guidance from higher beings who are seeing the bigger picture is far more greater than relying on your egoic mind or logic or just like your rational thinking, where you can find the support in the spirit realm and guidance that you need. And so the key point here that I wrote is love is the base of this relationship. So that's understanding that love is the base of the relationship, because if we think about it, angels exist in this space of unconditional love, unconditional givenness, unconditional peace, and resonance. And so if we're able to also tap into that energy, we can facilitate like building a core relationship with our guides and our angels. The second keynote to building a relationship is trust is the connection. And so trust is really being able to, again, it's almost like trusting a friend, trusting a family member, trusting someone that you rely on. Let's say, for instance, like you ask someone to show up for you and you trust that they will, and they do. They come to your event, they come to your birthday party, they're there to support you. Think of that in the way of how your angels and your guides go about supporting you. Is that trust in the relationship that they will give you the signs and the guidance and the direction that you need at the perfect time, at the divine timing that you need it. Let's talk about like a little bit of like the challenges that can come with building a relationship with your angels. And this is really purely based on just like the structure of how our human conscious is built. And so not being sure if they are listening. So I know this is one of my things that when I begun building a relationship with my guides and my angels, it was this way of thinking like, are they listening? Are they there? How do I know? But you really, again, have to go back to trusting that they are there. They hear you. They are showing up for you and always around you. The other thing is worrying about if you are doing it correctly. Just understand that even a moment of just like talking out loud, acknowledging, saying thank you for their guidance, or just asking them for their guidance and their help is more than enough in that moment, and knowing that you are doing it in the right way. And again, there's no right or wrong way to ever go about it, but just approaching the relationship with like a respect and a bit of like reverence is always the thing that I say is key. And then the other one is sensitivity to the awareness. And this is also cultivating your intuition, cultivating your psychic connection, because this helps to open your awareness up to signs, synchronicities, all these different things that your angels are bringing into your awareness. The second part to connecting with your guides is communicate daily. So this can be in the form of prayer. I know for me, this was one of the toughest things because Coming from a background that is Christian heavy, prayer was always this sort of like subjugation to a higher power. But praying to your guides and your angels is an open communication, it's a conversation. And this is where the banter comes in, where you can ask for guidance and receive it. And then the other thing is ask them questions. It could be anything. It could be the smallest question, it can be the biggest question, whatever it is. And again, going back to building a relationship is open yourself up to that awareness. Open up yourself to the possibility of that sign or direction or guidance coming in the most unexpected way. And so some key points to this as well is be open to the answers. Again, be open to the answers coming in an unexpected way. Be open to it just showing up in symbols. Maybe that could be a cardinal. For instance, I saw a cardinal today and that was a sign for me. Be open to someone or hearing, an answer on the TV. And then the other part of it is trust that the message will find you at the right time. And again, this also goes back to the first point, is that trust is the connection. And so the third point I want to make here is listen. And this goes back to a moment yesterday where I just had a feeling that I wasn't truly listening to my guides. I was listening with my mind, but I wasn't necessarily listening with my heart. And that really took me in a step, almost like in a place where I had to come into an awareness and understand like, okay, how do I kind of set my ego aside, set that mind aside, and truly listen and ingest the messages and the guidance that are coming through. And the part of it that I put here is it's a conversation, not an order. And so I think sometimes we get caught up in this thing of like really asking our guides or asking our angels for things as though we're putting in orders to an assistant or putting in orders to a server. And we don't take the consideration that it's not like that at all, that it is an open conversation and you do say or ask for guidance, but then you have to listen for that guidance. And then the other part here I do put is listen with your heart, not your logical mind. I think that oftentimes we get so caught up in the ego and the mind and the analytics and the intellect because that's what we're used to. It's the conditioning that we're so used to. And the challenge here or the caveat is really getting into the heart space. I know that's one of the challenges, but for you, that could be something that's, tremendously easy for you to get into the heart space and get in touch with what you're feeling, get in touch with the message that is coming in, and really move in a space, in a frequency of love. And so the last part that I want to leave here with you is some suggested materials on how you can go about with building that connection with your angels and your guides. One way I like to do is tarot cards. I love tarot cards. I use them daily in my psychic work. And then also oracle cards. Oracle cards I find so fun because they don't follow the same number and sequences of a tarot card. They can be 15 cards, they can be 20 cards, they can be 50 cards, for instance, or they can be a pocket of 2 cards. But oracle cards are so fun because they're able to have a wide array of different messages across so many different topics. And then the other materials I put here is runes and other divination cards. Runes and divination cards, this is a whole nother way of going about getting guidance from your angels. One that I don't use, but there's many different creators on YouTube and TikTok that do use runes in their practice. And then the other one that I am familiar with is pendulum. You can use a pendulum to get quick answers to things that you need. You can use it if you feel more like you want to ask more specific questions or specific yes and no questions that can help get you the guidance that you are looking for in a quick manner. And so that's really the video of what I wanted to share on how to connect with your guides and just finding, ways of just building that relationship. And again, this is a phenomenal practice that I use because it really helps to create a sense of ease in life and a sense of abundance and a sense of flow. If you find this video helpful, like this video and leave a comment on what your practice is with connecting with your guides and your angels, and if there's any questions that you have for me.